All right. So today I am going to repot some citrus plants, okay? Some citrus plants. I'll tell you what happened. So we have, move the shit. We have kaffir lime leaf trees, 2 of them, they're growing really well. Now I don't care so much about those because all I need from those is for them to produce leaves for cooking, right? I don't care. But my issue, the issue that I had is that this lime tree, oh god damn, that's heavy. Okay, sorry, my nephew decided it was funny to put little lamps on them, cute little thing, so I'll put it back, and so he's happy. I'll put it back. But anyway, so I've got these lime and lemon trees that I planted. When I first planted them, I screwed up about a year ago. I used compost and topsoil, which now in hindsight was a stupid thing to do. And what happened was, I think they got waterlogged, they got too much water, the soil was shit, and guess what? It got a mite infestation, and the leaves that were coming out were all screwed up. They're still photosynthesizing. I've sprayed them with bug spray, with insecticide to kill them, and I will treat them again. After this planting, I'm going to treat them again. But unfortunately, all the new sprouts, all the new leaves that were coming out all screwed up, or they just weren't, like, see, look, I mean, I'm touching it now and some of them are just breaking off. So the plant is wanting to live. But it's just had a bad start, okay? And I actually also have this here. I'm not going to replant it yet, but it suffered because of all of those having the same bugs. It transferred over, I think. But let's start with these 2 big ones. So what I'm going to do is, I've got 2 to plant today. And 2 to plant today. Oh god, it's heavy. Fuck. Oh god. Oh yeah, so heavy, so waterlogged. So this was the screw up. This was my screw up. It's so heavy, it's so waterlogged. It's all just soil, compacted soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down a tarp. I'm going to have a box where I'm going to put the soil. I'm going to then take them out, reduce the shitty soil, and use a better soil. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking some gear out so I can have everything prepared before I start, all right? I'm gonna try to stay away from the sun because the sun's too much on my aristocratic Chinese skin. This is what I'm using to replace the crappy soil. All right, good quality citrus mix. I've got knee pads, and I have this tarp because it's going to get messy and I want to be able to contain the mess. Okay, so there you go. Let's get this out of here. Okay, I'm getting a couple of bits of soil So I'm hoping next season it's going to be a better time for okay. I've got my pot, scissors for opening the bag, little trowel. All right, let's see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens. So today I've just been at the gym, okay? I went for a run, I had a sauna, I'm sweaty, I'm using the same gym clothes. My pants has holes in the bottom. My wife's been trying to throw it away, but I refuse. It's extra ventilation. So if you get a little flash of my nether regions, then just forgive me. Okay? Just don't pretend that you don't like it. And also, I don't edit these videos, okay? I don't edit these videos. I will just film and so you'll witness everything raw. I could potentially crap my pants, piss myself, and it's all part of it. It's all part of the experience, the planty face experience. Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I got myself the gloves. So let's. So there, look at that. Super compacted. Not very nice. Okay, I don't want to damage the roots too much because, yeah, the roots are very important. Ooh, there's some nice fat worms in there. Okay. So let's see if I can move this plant out. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, so as expected, terrible soil underneath there. Waterlogged. Compost and topsoil was a bad choice. So that's going to be saved for a raised bed later. Hello. Okay. Now inadvertently, unfortunately, the roots do get damaged no matter what, but I've written off this season, so it doesn't really matter. This season is gone, so, oh man, it's a lot of crap. Okay, I underestimated the amount of soil. Yeah, so this is actually really good soil. This is exceptionally good soil. It's just that not for a potted, as I discovered, potted citrus tree. So, okay, oh, it's a lot of soil. It's actually, I'm a bit worried I don't have enough soil, but let's see. Okay, that's already full, that's bad. All right, let me get another container because this is already full. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to put them in pots. I'm not going to use these pots, so I'm just going to put them in pots. Oh shit, oh crap. So this tree is going to suffer from stress a lot. It's just the way it works, and this soil is such good quality that you can't just waste it. I'm going to put it into my tomato raised bed. You'll see that later in the season as I prepare for the next season. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so it's quite annoying. I definitely know what went wrong here, and that's just the bad soil, terrible drainage. The bottom of that pot was just so full of water, and so now I know what actually went wrong. Confirmed, it's confirmed. So I'm gonna have to stake this, and I'm gonna have to put the soil in here. There's not much left, so I'm gonna have to put the soil, and then yeah, so let me just get a stake. Stake. Okay, let's now, I think I've only got enough soil for one. This is a bit annoying, but this is a huge tub. Holy moly. Okay, that's a huge tub. Oh, okay, I think I'll probably be able to, some of the good soil, give it a mix, because it's not bad soil, it just needed to be drained. So here you go. And then let's so what I do is to be able to easily manage the planting of it. First I'll just do a drill. Lift it, make sure you don't damage it. Okay. So, okay, it has to be higher. Okay, so let me use some of the old soil. It has some good earthworms in there. Like I said, it's not bad soil. It's just needs drainage, and it was a bad choice. That's what it was. It was a bad choice. So there you go. So what I do is I spread the roots so they're not all crumpled together. I try to spread them out. So then you can put soil on top of it, let them compact against the roots. The roots will always, by nature, the roots will always drop down, okay? So I want the plant to be higher. There you go. more elevated, so I'm going to pile the middle part where the plant is, keeping in mind that I want the roots to not be compacted. And then I'm going to stab this there. Oh crap, monkey. Okay. So when you stake a tree like this, always good to just stake it where the weak point is, and you don't want it tight. All you want to do is make sure that this stake will support it from the swaying. You actually want the tree to sway a little, because what that does is it's like a muscle. It strengthens the tree. The tree goes, all right, we need a little more strength. So you don't want it to be completely static. That's not going to help the tree. Yeah, so anyway, let's put the rest of the mix. So I'm just going to first pour that in. Yeah, there you go. And be gentle with the roots. And remember, give it a shake. You can see the roots still exposed, so I just want to put all that. Cool. Looks like I will have enough soil. Just. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the main issue here is that the soil wasn't draining properly. So, like I said, this soil isn't bad. It's actually a very good quality soil, but they were just the wrong type. So as a bulk of the soil that was on there, that's no good. But as a supplement, it's good. So I don't want it too deep. I don't want the plant too deep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to water this very, very thoroughly later to make sure all of the air bubbles are out. Okay. And I'm going to work in some of the older soil. Also, the older soil has some obviously beneficial bacteria and all sorts of microbes and all that. So it's not a bad thing, okay? It's not a bad thing. Yeah. So the old soil is good. It's just wrong soil. All right. There you go. There, done. That's plant number one. Okay? Now, I'm going to move it to the back here, to the shade, to the back here, the shade. Ugh. Because I'm going to move it to the shade because the plant's going to need a lot of recovery time. Plant number 2 is next. I'm going to go and get a pot to contain Okay, it's got some oomph. Oh, yuck. Whew, yuck. Okay. Okay, this is a tricky one because this plant is much, much bigger. And the bigger the plant, the more damage you end up actually doing to the plant, but it's a necessary evil. A necessary evil because, yeah, we have to. So, this is a lime tree. So let's, okay. Let me save this tag. It's a lime tree. Okay. I think the other one's a lemon, I forget, but yeah. Okay. There you go. It's gonna, yeah, fortunately this tree's gonna suffer a little, but you know, like I said, you can't really do much about it. So, yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, terrible soil. That was my mistake. I'm already down the season because, you know, yeah, look at that, super waterlogged. Just such a, it was literally a rookie mistake because when I first planted this, I was definitely very much a rookie when it comes to these things. So, no drainage, waterlogged soil, wrong type of soil. I mean, I use topsoil for crying out loud. So yeah, it's definitely a rookie mistake. So, just trying to shake the crappy soil out. Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. And I'm not gonna do any more of the root removal. I'm just gonna there you go. Man, there's a lot of worms in the soil, and it's obviously very fertile soil, but just for the purpose of these trees, no good. So it's a real shame, actually. Real shame. Oh shit. Damn it. I got these cheap plastic pots. So this is messy work. This is messy work. So I've got a third citrus tree, like I said, and that one I've got a third citrus tree, and that one is in a much smaller pot. Where's the scissors? So I'm gonna mix in some of the compost and the good potting soil because it's actually all right. All right. Okay. So the roots of this tree should be way better than it is now. Should be way better. But it's not, because obviously of the quality of the soil, like in terms of the type of soil, shall I say. So lots of roots. I'm going to spread them out. Spread them out. There. Okay. Now let me go and get a stake. Okay, so as you can imagine, a lot of trauma happens when you do this, and I didn't want to, but to save the plant you got to. And there's actually something to be said about just maybe starting again a new plant, but plants are resilient, and generally speaking, plants just want to survive. So I believe these will be fine. We just have to make sure they're given the best start. Okay, now mix some of the soil. I want the best soil at the center and the bottom. Okay, the best soil at the bottom, and then some of that other topsoil on top, because it is topsoil. Once the water soaks through, it'll go through the good stuff, and it doesn't matter anymore from there. Okay, so, and oh shit, I don't want to waste that. So give it a shake. So it's kind of like grading stones in a quarry. You got to just that's it. So whatever the soil level is, it's going to compact with water and time. Okay? The instructions on these potting mixes: don't put stones in the bottom. There's no need. It's designed to be for pots. So I will just add an extra couple of handfuls. Couple of handfuls, and I will also add a couple of handfuls on the other one to make sure, because this potting mix is also a 6-month starter on fertilizer and all that shit. So there. Okay. All right. Oh, crap. It's like black gold, this stuff. You don't want to waste any of it. It's, you're literally paying good money for it. So there. All right, that's there, done. So this is now repotted. And I'm going to show you how I water it, okay? So I'm just going to drag this. It'll stay here, I think, for about a few weeks, just while it settles out of the sun. I'm going to spray it with insecticide again. Okay. Just in case you're wondering, this is where I have firewood and corpses. Okay. Want to waste water. Okay, it's hot water coming out from the sun, the hose. Wait for it to cool. Okay. Don't want to waste water. Water the plants with it. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to give this a good watering now what I notice now is the water drains almost instantly as I spray. It never had that before. Before it was just pooling and then it might soak in. So I already know this has improved the drainage a lot. So I'm going to just spray a little bit more until the water starts to drain from the bottom. And that's when I know it's saturated. Do this one again. So this area here won't get much sun. So There you go. I can see that the water is dripping to the bottom now. There you go. And that's it. That's it. I'm gonna let this sit out here, let it settle. In a couple of weeks, I'll move it back to the super sunny spot. This morning as well, I'm gonna give this a good spray of bugs to kill everything. And just make sure that I give it as much help as possible, because it's obviously got a bit of an infestation on it as well. And then I'm going to repot the third one in a bigger pot, similar size. But let's, yeah, that one there, the soil is better. It's much more lush. The soil is better, so it's actually not a bad situation like this. This was a real shitty situation, tell you. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining.